Hello and welcome to a rare Thursday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Warwood. Northam's meeting has been transferred to Ascot, so we've got a very hot and sunny day, expecting 38 degrees Celsius. The track to be a good 4 and the rail will be in the 14-metre position. Race number 1 at Ascot on Thursday will jump at 4 minutes past 2. It's the Tabtouch Maiden over 1,000 metres and in replay. Let's have a look at the trial of Holy Ghost.
Through in the centre, Imperialism. Further back, Keep the Spot. Under the whip is Sharebroker, and then we've got Best of the Rest is Western Chant. But in front, Amelia Bedelia going for home, trying to get through is Enchanted Falls. Coming on, Holy Ghost, and just losing a bit of ground is Noble Impact. But in front, it is Amelia Bedelia. Coming at it under the whip is Holy Ghost. Amelia Bedelia in front will hold Holy Ghost. Amelia Bedelia in front from Holy Ghost. Imperialism getting third from Jack.
Holy Ghost placed on each of his first 2 starts before being a beaten favourite at Belmont in the middle of June. He had an excuse that day. He returned shin sore. He's had the one trial ahead of his return. We saw that in replay. He's been gelded as well. He was a colt as a 2-year-old. The Parnhams are flying at the moment. I think Holy Ghost can break his maiden in the first. Goes on top from number 3, Little Miss Pro, who is the half-sister of the recent Crystal Slipper Stakes winner in Starfield Impact. Third up on Thursday, has had nearly 6 weeks off since its last run when placed at Northern behind Roberta. Number 1, Protected Action, is probably the next best of the race brigade. Will be third up on Thursday. Has had 2 runs this campaign, unplaced in both of those. There's plenty of debutants in this race. I think number 6, Lead Guitar, might be the best of them. Makes its first start for Adam Durant and William Pike from the inside gate. Top selection in race number 1 is number 2, Holy Ghost, to beat 3, Little Miss Pro, 1, Protected Action and 6, Lead Guitar. Race number 2 at Ascot on Thursday will jump at 2:42. It's the Tabtouch Better Your Betting Experience Maiden over 1,200 metres in replay. Let's go down the highway and go to Bunbury, and the last start second at Befunjar.
Front now from Not Known. Befunjar went back onto the cutaway, followed further back then by Saturday Sun, and Giant Leaper starting its run right down the middle as he shakes up the favour. Levitate led them to the 100 metres mark clear. Giant Leapers really starting to run on strongly down the outside with Befunjar, but they won't get near the favourite Levitate. Levitate too.
Neville Parnham holds a strong hand in the second race at Ascot. He's got 3 runners in, and I think Befunjar might be the best of those. She beats all but the pretty smart Levitate at Bunbury last time out. Draws a nice gate here for Chris Parnham. Gate number 5, $57,500 yearling this horse, the most expensive horse in the field. I think she can break her maiden on Thursday. Goes on top from number 2, Neat Action, who comes out of the same race that we saw in replay. Finished 8th that day, was beaten over 6 lengths, so fair bit of ground to make up, but a much nicer gate here. Gate number 2 for Neat Action. Number 1 is Zar Merrick, resumes over the 1,200 metres for Jim Taylor and Jason Brown. Did place over the 2,000 metres last campaign, so back to the sprint trips here off a couple of trials. And then number 3, The Honeyman, unplaced in all 12 of his runs, but his record's a little bit better than that. Was only beaten a length and 3/4 last start at Bunbury in maiden grade. Top selection in race number 2 is number 8, Befunjar, to beat 2, Neat Action, 1, Zar Merit and 3, The Honeyman. Race number 3 at Ascot on Thursday will jump at 3:20. It's the Tabtouch Masters Maiden over 1,600 metres. In replay, we're going to go north this time to Geraldton and the last start performance of Bruny Island.
And about to swing to the outside as well, Zephyr straightening up its Ashburn by the 300, a length and a half in front, Bruny Island. Ocean Riches sticking on, so does the Lady Mary, but it's Ashburn racing away from them now inside the last 100. Ashburn clear from Bruny Island, but it'll be Ashburn. Ashburn all the way, too good for Bruny Island.
Bruny Island is a 7-year-old gelding, only having its 5th start on Thursday, but he's been relatively short odds on 3 of his 4 appearances, and he simply must have some ability in order for his owners to have persevered with a 7-year-old. He gets gate number 1 here. Thought the performance last start was okay. He was favourite for that race, $1.85. I think he can get the chocolates on Thursday. He goes on top. From number 9, Rossiter Bay. She has the outside gate with which to contend, but she's building towards something quite good. She's finished 4th in both of her last 2 starts here at Ascot on the 26th of October and then the 20th of November. Number 8 is Akoya Frost. Ran probably better than ever before on her most recent start. Finished 2nd behind Sulphur Crested. deep into the campaign. It's had 3 weeks off since that run, but 15th up on Thursday. And then number 10, interesting runner this, Contessa Vera, resumes with blinkers on and bar plates off, hasn't run for nearly 500 days, but gets a lovely gate here. The trial was okay, has had the one trial ahead of its reappearance. Top selection in race number 3 is number 2, Bruny Island, to beat 9, Rossiter Bay, 8, Akoya Frost, and 10, Contessa Vera. Race number 4 at Ascot on Thursday will jump at 4 o'clock. It's the Tabtouch Race Replays Maiden over 1,100 metres. In replay, we're going to go to Lark Hill and the recent trial of It's Tiffs.
The track and trying to wind up. Battle Beat sticks closer to the inside, goes down to the cutaway. A Carrion, and that widest on the track was Fangio. It's Tips in front, still leads by about 3 or 4. Trying to get to a Golden Crown out, but it's flat to the boards. Misaligned the outside, then came Got You Covered, and the last or the other two there, Fangio, and back down to the inside was Battle Beat, but it's a one-act affair. It's Tips is going to bolt in. Golden Crown.
It's Tiffs trialled really well, as we saw in the replays. Done that a couple of times now. It's Tiffs. This is the half relation of It's It that won a couple of listed races for the same connections. They've made 3 gear changes for her first run since June. The pulling bit goes on for the first time, the tongue tie goes on for the first time, and the pacifiers come off for the first time. If it's got anything like the ability of its relation, she'll be winning this maiden. Goes on top. From number 1, Super Terratoa, that trialled really well before going down as a beaten favourite at Narrogin first up. Just draw a little bit sticky here, gate number 8 for Jordan Turner. Number 3 is Magnate Star, who's had 2 preparatory trials, including one behind Super Terratoa, ahead of coming back to the races. Hasn't raced for 266 days. He's had the 4 starts for 1 minor placing. And then number 4, Gorgeous Gus, debuts off a trial win with Jade McNaught on his back. Jade keeps the ride here, nice gate, but she can't claim, given the meeting has been transferred from Northern to Ascot. She'll carry 58 kilos. Top selection in race number 4 is number 10, It's Tiffs, to beat 1, Super Terratoa, 3, Magnate Star, and 4, Gorgeous Gus.